everyone, my name is Madison and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking to y'all about my 2021 New Year resolutions. So happy 2021. It is so crazy to finally be saying that. I am currently filming at home, so I'm trying to figure out my setup, so just bear with me for a little bit, but we're getting it figured out. Like I said, I am going to be talking to y'all about my 2021 resolutions. Typically, I'm not big on resolutions in the sense that I say things that I want to do and it just doesn't happen. But this year I'm really going to try to be good about it, and I'm also trying to set things that are realistic and a little bit less cliche than normal. Maybe. There's one that's pretty cliche, but you know, I'm really trying to not just stick to the whole, oh, I want to work out more, oh, I want to eat healthier, those sort of things, because I feel like while those may, I don't know, they may make you feel better, it comes at a cost. And I feel like when you set this hard resolution of, I'm gonna get up at 5:30 a.m. and go to the gym every day, it starts to feel like a chore and you stop enjoying it. And I know from personal experience, I was really big on working out and healthy eating for a long time, and it's just started to consume me. And I feel like I've gotten to a point in my life where I have a really healthy balance where I'm working out a few days a week and I feel like I eat fairly healthy, but it doesn't consume my life, and I am very happy with where I'm at right now. So without further ado, let's just get started. Again, I do want to mention, when you set your New Year's resolutions, please make sure to keep your mental health in mind. Although healthy eating and working out a lot can be good for your physical and emotional health and even your mental health, make sure it doesn't become a chore, because that's when you stop enjoying it. So without further ado, let's just get started. My first one is going to be my most cliche, and that is just to wake up earlier. Now, during my freshman year of college, especially first semester when everything was still in person, I was really good about waking up at 5:45 every day. I'd wake up at 5:45, have some time to myself, start getting ready. I'd go meet my friend in the lobby of our residential hall at like 6:45, 7 o'clock to go get breakfast every morning. And we were always there by 7 o'clock, first people there when it opened. And this was so good for me. It just really helped me start the day off right. It gave me some more time for myself in the morning because I got really into a routine of getting up that early. And I really enjoyed just waking up in the morning, having some time for myself, eating a good quality healthy breakfast before I started my day, and just really feeling like ready for the day. Where this past year with everything online, I have been just so terrible about waking up. Every once in a while I'll be really good, and for a month or so my boyfriend and I were really good about getting up and going on a run every morning at 6 or 6:30, something like that. But since then I've just kind of snowballed. I'm getting up like 5 minutes before class starts. I look terrible. I'm not eating at breakfast because I have class that starts at 8:30 and might not end until 10 something. And I've just been so out of just a good routine, and not for any like health reason or anything like that. I just want to wake up in the morning so I'm less stressed. I can eat a good breakfast so I'm not like hungry and like cranky all day. And I would really like to have some more time for myself in the morning that I used to have last year. Just time to just wake up and just enjoy the morning, whether that be like journal, read my Bible for a little bit, anything like that. Just really have 15 minutes of quiet time to myself to just wake up and not be on my phone and just really enjoy the morning. So that is number one. Going off of that for number two, I would really like to set aside even 30 minutes for myself a day. I first said an hour, but I was like, that's kind of pushing it, because that is like a decent chunk of the day, especially when you're a college student with a job or two. But even just 30 minutes at night just to take a bath, or like I said in the morning, should just get up, really put my phone aside and just really like have some me time. I really want to be better about finding joy and happiness in things other than my phone, even if it's just editing videos or just taking a nap or something of that sort. Just something other than when I have 15 minutes between classes staring at my phone. And aside from that, I would really like to have like a set fixed time from like 6 to 6:30 every night. It is just me time. I think I would really benefit from just focusing more on, like I said, like my mental health and my stress levels and things like that. This past semester was by far the hardest semester of my entire life. I've never been so busy, stressed, and frazzled. But at the same time, it was really fulfilling. But I look back and I'm like, okay, while you did great in your classes and you learned a lot and you did pretty well in these hard classes, it came at a cost, and that was I had no time for myself. I was always stressed. I was sleeping like maybe 6.5 hours a night. It was just not a healthy routine, and I'd really like to set aside some time for myself to just reflect on that. Going off of that, my third one is just to ease up on school. I've talked about this before. I'm an aerospace engineering student, so like humanities and essays, things of that sort are not my thing. And to be honest, I'm done with those classes, which is really nice. I just finished my last like required humanities class, which I'm really excited about. But the thing with that is that means that time is now getting filled with these hard STEM classes. And this past semester, I took 18 credit hours and was in 5 classes, so not as bad as some of my friends that did 19, but 19 is the limit, 12 is the minimum. And I also had a job and was trying to ride, and while I do think it's important to try hard in your classes, there is a price for that. Like I was saying, like it comes at a cost, and that is my stress levels and just having me time, like compromising, like, I don't know, making sure I got 100 on all of my homeworks instead of taking that extra hour to go to the barn or something of that sort. I've talked to my friends about this a lot, but I feel like it's really hard to kind of get over that hump from when you might be getting like a 95 in a class or on an assignment to getting the 100. Sometimes it's a lot easier to go from an 85 to a 95 than it is to go from a 95 to 100. Just that last little 5% can be so exhausting. And not that I'm a perfectionist, but when I feel like I can do something and I'm worthy of doing something and I'm worthy of a grade, I'll push myself to that limit, which isn't healthy for me. I need to be okay with like taking a step back and accepting the B or accepting the whatever it might be, because at the end of the day, a B plus to a B, is that really going to make that much of a difference? Or an A minus to an A, is that really going to make that much of a difference? It will make a difference in my mental health, but having an A minus or a B instead of a B plus or an A on your transcript really is not going to make that much of a difference to employers, or at least it should not at the end of the day. Because at the end of the day, they want to be seeing like how I'm involved, how school isn't my only priority, how I can like have a job and be in clubs and things, and having like these grades that, I don't know. Either way, I think you guys see where I'm going with this. I just really want to just ease up, take a step back. And by no means am I saying I have perfect grades. I have friends that have much better grades than I do. But for me personally, I felt like I did quite well in my classes this semester. You know, not top the class, but it was a big accomplishment for me. But at the same time, the price was maybe not worth it in the end. And my fourth and final resolution is just to start a budget. I bought a car, as I've mentioned before, and I will be having a car tour and some other fun car videos coming in the future. But I bought a car, so I have to pay my loan off and my insurance. And not that I necessarily want to limit my spending or like, oh, I really want to spend less in this area or save this much, because I do feel like I'm pretty good about that. I really just want to have some sort of like idea of how much I'm spending. And again, not because I necessarily like feel like I need to petty pinch or anything like that, but I just want to get in that habit of starting to keep a budget, keep track of my expenses, where things are going, how much I'm making, things of that sort, because I do like to shop. I will admit, y'all have seen that, but I do think I kind of do it frugally, if that makes sense. I have friends that just blow money, like outrageously. And the thing is, I do not drink or party or anything like that, so I do not spend a penny on alcohol or anything of that sort, which is really nice because it's cheaper that way too. So I would really just like to get in the habit of budgeting, and while I do feel like currently I save 80% of my paychecks. That will change a little bit because of my car insurance and loan and things that I have to start paying this month actually. Well, I paid my insurance for December, but my loan doesn't start until January. Either way, I do really want to just have an idea of where my expenses are going, things of that sort, so I can start to save for the next big purchase, because saving for my car has been my like biggest thing up to this point in my life. And I really feel like it'd be quite interesting and good for me as a person to just feel like I'm maturing and taking that next step to just understand where my finances are going and how things are being spent. So I think you guys get the gist. But going off of that, I will have a what I spend in a week video coming in the next month or so. I do think it'd be really interesting to, before I try to start a budget and try to track it all, just see what a typical week looks like for me. Now I know some weeks it's different with like whatever it might be, sales I guess, or if I'm driving home I'll need to buy gas, things of that sort. But I do think it'd be really quite interesting to just see what I typically spend in a week, so y'all can get an idea. It might shock me a little bit because quite frankly I don't really know. So we're gonna see with that guy, and then after that I will start a budget and talk to y'all all about my budget process and just like what I've learned throughout that. So thank you all so much for watching today's video. If y'all enjoyed it, please don't forget to give it a huge thumbs up and subscribe right down below if you have not already. I know New Year's resolutions can be kind of, I don't know, there's some negative stigma around them, but I do think they can be really, really important and beneficial if you take the time to reflect on yourself and this past year and try to set healthy goals for yourself. Not healthy as in, oh, you need to eat this many calories a day or run this far every day, but healthy in the sense that you're gonna have a good balance with it. So thank you so much for watching. Bye.